Wembley, Wembley. We're the famous Arsenal and we're going to Wembley. Come on, boys. Arsenal, we've done it. We've done it. We've knocked Chelsea out of the semis of the Carabao Cup. And we're in the final. We're in the final and it's well deserved. I'm so happy for the boys, the players, the gaffer, the fans. We all deserve it, man. Everyone deserves it. And poor Chelsea. You know, players are on the pitch crying, Fofana in tears. You love to see it. You love to see it. And a Kai Havertz dagger to put the icing on the cake. Before we get into today's match reaction, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when I drop a video. But let's get into it. Not the greatest game, let's be honest. Wasn't the greatest game to watch if you're a neutral. As an Arsenal fan, it was very nervy to watch. I didn't ever feel like we were truly comfortable. Felt like Chelsea were always in the game, but it never felt like we were at threat or in danger of conceding either, to be honest. I think the game was sort of a battle between the two managers, to be honest. I've been really impressed by Liam Rosenior since he's come in. I think he's done a really good job at Chelsea, man. A lot of people doubted him. Shouts out Rory Jennings. I see Rory at work from time to time, but he was pretty much saying in no world should Liam Rosenior be gaffer at Chelsea, and I think the main reason was because he felt he was a company appointment from Blueco. But the way Chelsea set up against Arsenal today was class. I thought there was a good team. And I think that's sort of why we didn't look great in the first half, because Chelsea set up well. They played with a three at the back. They were very compact, not really giving too much. Neither team were really taking much risk in the first half. I think it was sort of a half where Chelsea were looking to get to the dying stages, still in the game, not a goal down, only a goal behind on aggregate. And Arsenal were probably waiting for Chelsea to land the first punch and say, listen, we've got the advantage. We don't need to score. Let's see what you can do. Then in the second half, I think we saw the game open up a little bit more. Both teams sort of pressing each other and going for it. Chelsea were very aggressive, picked up a few yellow cards, just chasing the game. And I think they had a good chance, to be honest, of actually scoring. They were probably looking more likely. I don't think we had a shot in the second half until the last 10 minutes of the game, which I think was probably by design a little bit. Arteta's been accused of being very risk-averse this season. I actually don't think he was risk-averse today. I think the players and the gaffer played the occasion. I think Chelsea came with a game plan and Arsenal pretty much said, okay, if this is your game plan, we'll just wait until you want to try and execute it. And then it pays off at the end with Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz comes on the pitch. Before we discuss Havertz, actually, a little mention on the front three and Eze. A few people at half-time on socials, on Twitter, were sort of criticising the front four. But I don't think any attacking player in Arsenal's team could have really done much in the first half. I think Madueke was getting on the ball a lot. He beat Cucurella a few times on corners, was getting the ball into the box. But ultimately, I think the game was set up for a very defensive, pragmatic chess match. I don't think the game was designed for goals. And when you look at Madueke as Gyökeres and Martinelli as your front three, you're thinking there's goals. You're thinking a lot of transitional threat, a lot of speed, but they didn't really have the space to do so. I think both teams are very good defensively. But as the game goes on, it opened up a little bit. Chelsea were chucking more players forward, had loads of defenders in the box. Arsenal had loads of players defending in their own box. So we were just waiting to counter. And then I just think Chelsea never really had a true idea. They were sort of just hitting it into the box, hoping for the best. And then we capitalise on that. We get a break. Declan Rice sends the ball to Trossard, I think. Rice gets on the sprint, brings the ball out of defence, and then he whips it across to Havertz. Havertz, supported by Martinelli, says, listen, I don't need you. I don't need you for this one. I'm just going to bot round Sanchez on a Torres at the Nou Camp vibe, and I'm just going to slot it home. And that's what he done. And to be honest, seeing Kai Havertz score against Chelsea always feels good. But when he starts pointing to the badge, pointing to the Arsenal badge, letting everyone know, and not just Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, this is his club. He knows the biggest club in London is Arsenal, and he let them know. And I'm glad he scored. Havertz has had a tough season, not really played a lot of it. He's been injured for a majority of the season, and since he's come back, he's had a direct impact. That's 2 goals in 3 games, I think, now. I'm just watching the goal again on the replay. So composed. I think having Havertz in the running for the rest of the season is going to be key. I think we missed him in the Champions League last season, especially against PSG. I think Havertz would have been perfect for a game like that because he's just quite a unique player. He just does a lot of things a lot of other players can't do, especially for his size and his presence. So I think it's a big end of the season for Havertz. But job done. Job done. Mikel Arteta secures the place in the final, and I'm happy for him. I think it's important for Mikel Arteta to win this. I think it's very important because he obviously hasn't won a trophy since 2020. He hasn't been to a final with Arsenal since 2020. So this year being the 6th year without silverware would be awkward. Very awkward. Awkward conversations. Conversations a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to have, and it looks like we might not need to have them, but a big opportunity. And I feel like this Carabao Cup can be the first trophy of many for Arteta and Arsenal. Of course, like I just said, he has won the FA Cup, but this feels new. This feels like Arteta's team. The team have matured. A lot of the players are sort of 24 to 27, getting to those ages where you're about to enter your peak. And yeah, it was a very mature performance from the boys today. 1-0, and that's all you can ask for. Some people say Arteta was too pragmatic and wasn't risky enough, but when you win 1-0 and you make it to the final, I mean, can you really criticise the gaffer? I don't think you can criticise Arteta today. Set up the game plan, dealt with Chelsea's game plan really well, and we're in the final. I reckon it will be Man City in the final. I can't see Newcastle turning it around. I think they're 2-0 down and they got to play at the Etihad. If they do, that would be incredible, and that would just really put a downer on City. So actually, I sort of hope Newcastle do pull it back, but I think City will have enough to just hold out. I think they'll score in a 3-goal deficit. It's a lot. Maybe Newcastle will score 3 goals at the Etihad, but I can't see it happening. But we're in the final. We're going to Wembley. We are going to have a chance to win a trophy before the end of the season, which a lot of people say can help you in the Premier League. Let's see. I think the boys need that winning feeling. A lot of these players haven't won together. They may have won elsewhere, the likes of Havertz and Calafiori, Hincapié, Gyökeres, Madueke. They may have won things elsewhere, but you need to win together. You need to win as a squad, as a club, and then hopefully you can build from there. You even see Sandro Tonali's agent, David Ornstein, reported that Tonali was offered to Arsenal via his agent. Andrea Berto is Italian, must have loads of links to Italian clubs. And that's the sort of calibre of player you start talking about when you win the Premier League. I think we've already attracted the likes of Declan Rice, Calafiori, Gyökeres, who were in demand by top clubs, Zubimendi. So we are attracting big players, but you can attract more big players once you start winning honours and putting some proof to the pudding. So listen, a big exciting year. It's only just getting started, I feel. And I'm just so happy we've gotten to the final of the Carabao Cup. I think the squad we entered the season with was too good to not go far in this competition, and now we have to win it because no one remembers the loser in a final. But yeah, that's it really. Not much else to say. Big game this weekend. Sunderland at home. So hopefully we can continue our winning ways, and that Man United result quickly becomes a distant memory. But yeah, that's it from me. Make sure to go check out Gooner Club, a podcast. I start with a few friends of mine. You'll find us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, weekly podcasts, sometimes twice a week if you're lucky. So go check out the Gooner Club for me, people. But that's it from me. I'm going to go chill out, enjoy this win, and I'll see you at Wembley. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace!